Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Afternoon everyone. So my name is Mr. Cakra and today I will gonna be teacher today. So first of all, before we start about our activity, let the president of class lead us to pray. Please, Dhiya.
Indonesia
Class.
Oke, teman-teman sebelum kita belajar mari kita berdoa bagaimana berdoa dimulai, berdoa selesai.
Thank you, Dhiya. So after that, I will check your attendance first. So when I call your name, please raise your hand. Theo, yes sir. Adam. Okay, I think it seems you guys are here in my class today. Good. So for our activity today, we are gonna learning one more thing, the Derivational Suffixes through the necklace by Guy the Maupassant. So before we start about our activity, let's us diving into our objective first. So this learning objective for our topic today. So student will be able to identify one morpheme, especially suffixes derivational in words, and student will be able to practice breaking down words into their own morpheme, suffix derivational and record structure. Example: beautiful, beauty plus good. So before I continue about the our material, so the first I want to ask you a simple question. Sini siapa yang suka nonton film? Boleh angkat tangan?
Saya.
Boleh angkat tangan ya?
Bapak.
Sini siapa nih yang suka membaca buku?
Saya. Buku apa?
Ini dari beberapa kalian udah ada yang suka nonton film dan suka baca buku. Beruntungnya melatih kita akan belajar dari dua hal tersebut, yaitu dari film dan sebuah buku. Sebenarnya dari sebuah short story yang ada animasinya dijadikan animasi di YouTube. So before we diving into the literature, saya pengen nanya dulu nih. Di sini ada yang udah pernah dengar nggak sih nama karya atau literatur The Necklace?
Belum.
Mungkin dari beberapa kali udah ada yang tahu ya, atau ada juga yang belum. Terus di sini ada yang udah kenal belum sama autornya terlebih dahulu? Kita kan belum tahu nih. Di sini ada yang udah kenal belum sama Mr. Guy the Maupassant? Okay, I will explain a simple biography or a short biography from the Mr. Guy the Maupassant. So, Mr. Guy the Maupassant is from the French, and Mr. Guy de Maupassant has a famous literature works. The names The Necklace, and the Mr. Guy de Maupassant have a style of writing that makes he famous in the short story when he writes. So the style when he writes about the short story is using a realist style, and The Necklace Hypnosis is tell about the woman named Mathilde Loisel that who lost a necklace that she bought, and she struggled for years to replace the necklace. But after he replaced the necklace, he realized that the necklace she replaced is the fake necklace. So after we know about the author, let's dive into the literature first.
The Necklace. A long time ago, one of the most pretty and charming girls was born. Her grace and beauty was so great that she was meant to live a luxurious life, wearing beautiful clothes, expensive jewelry, and residing in a big mansion. She could have easily been taken as a lady of great wealth. But it seemed that fate played a trick on her, and she was born into a poor family. They had no dowry for her. She finally married a little clerk, Loisel, in the Ministry of Education. Madame Loisel, as she came to be called, was very unhappy with her life. She believed that though she was born beautiful and clever, fate, by not making her born in a rich household and married into a richer one, had played a cruel joke. She imagined vast salons decorated with antique silks, exquisite pieces of furniture supporting priceless ornaments, where she could give big parties. She wished to live a life that would complement her beauty. And when she and her husband sat down for dinner, while her husband exclaimed delightedly,
Aha! Broth! What could be better?
she imagined delicate meals served on silver plates. Madame Loisel had no fine clothes, no jewels, nothing, and these were the only things she loved. She had a rich friend, an old school friend, whom she refused to visit because she felt sorry for herself after meeting her own friend. One evening, her husband came home with an exultant air, holding a large envelope in his hand.
Here's something for you.
He said. Swiftly, she tore the paper and drew out a printed card on which were these words: The Minister of Education and Madame Ramponneau request the pleasure of the company of Monsieur and Madame Loisel at the Ministry on the evening of Monday, January the 18th. Instead of being delighted, as her husband hoped, she flung the invitation across the table, murmuring, What do you want me to do with this?
Why, darling, I thought you'd be pleased. You never go out, and this is a great occasion. I had tremendous trouble to get it. Everybody wants one. It's very select, and very few go to the clerks. You'll see all the really big people there.
She looked at him out of furious eyes and said, And what do you suppose I am to wear at such an affair? He stammered.
Why, the dress you go to the theatre in. It looks very nice to me.
Madame Loisel started to cry.
What's the matter with you? What's the matter with you?
He asked hesitantly. She replied, Nothing. Only I can't go to this party as I don't have anything to wear. The husband was heartbroken.
Look here, Mathilde.
He persisted.
How much would a nice but simple dress cost?
She thought for several seconds, thinking how much money she could make her husband give her without him refusing. At last she replied, I don't know exactly, but I think I could do it with 400 francs. He grew slightly pale, for this was exactly the amount he had been saving for a gun. Nevertheless, he said,
Very well. I'll give you 400 francs.
The day of the party drew near, and Madame Loisel seemed anxious. One evening, her husband said to her,
What's the matter with you? You've been behaving very oddly.
I'm utterly miserable because I don't have any jewelry to wear with it,
How stupid you are!
exclaimed her husband.
Go and see Madame Forestier, your friend, and ask her to lend you some jewels. You know her quite well enough for that.
She exclaimed, That's true, I never thought of it. Next day, she went to see her friend and told her trouble. Madame Forestier took Madame Loisel to her dressing room and said, Choose, my dear. Madame Loisel finally chose a superb diamond necklace which she wore with her gown. She was the center of attraction at the party. Everyone noticed her. All the men wanted to dance with her. All the ladies praised her. She received many compliments. Madame Loisel felt truly happy and thankful for the first time in her life. When they reached home, she discovered that the borrowed diamond necklace was missing. They looked everywhere but could not find it. Scared of going to the prison, they sold everything they had and borrowed money to raise 36,000 francs to buy a replacement. The husband worked two jobs. They shifted to a smaller house, and Madame Loisel, who had dreams of a luxurious life, had to do her own work. She came to know what abject poverty meant. In 10 years, they were able to pay back all the money they had borrowed. By then, she lost all her beauty and looked older. What would have happened if she had never lost those jewels? Who knows? Who knows? How strange life is, how fickle, how little is needed to ruin or to save. One day, she saw her old friend Madame Forestier walking with her daughter. She was still beautiful and graceful. Madame Loisel decided to go and meet her friend and tell her about what happened. Good morning, Jean. The other did not recognize her. I am Mathilde Loisel. Oh, my poor Mathilde, how you have changed. Yes, I've had some hard times since I saw you last, and many sorrows, and all on your account. On my account? How was that? You remember the diamond necklace you lent me for the ball at the ministry? Yes, well, I lost it. How could you? Why you brought it back? I brought you another one just like it, and for the last 10 years we have been paying for it. You realize it wasn't easy for us. We had no money. Well, it's paid for at last. Madame Forestier had halted. You say you bought a diamond necklace to replace mine. And she smiled in proud and innocent happiness. Madame Forestier, deeply moved, took her two hands. Oh, my poor Mathilde! But mine was an imitation. It was worth at the very most 500 francs.
Are we serious? Jadi itu dia cerita tentang The Necklace-nya. Jadi setelah kita tahu autornya, setelah kita tahu literaturnya, di sini kita bisa mengambil pesan dari literaturnya itu tentang be grateful and don't let pride don't let pride ruins our life. Artinya bersyukurlah dan janganlah sombong. Bersyukurlah dan jangan termakan kesombongan karena itu akan menghancurkan hidupmu. Setelah kita tahu tentang autornya, literaturnya, what the message from the literature, jadi apa sih hubungannya kita belajar tentang The Necklace ini dengan materi kita hari ini? Setelah kita tahu ceritanya, setelah kita tahu autornya, setelah kita tahu what the main message of the literature, sekarang saya pengen you guys to focus in the language of the story. Seperti yang saya bilang di awal tadi, hari ini kita akan belajar melalui dari dua sisi. Tadi kan ada dari film dan ada dari karya literaturnya, yaitu dari bacaan teks. So di awal video terdapat sebuah huruf yang namanya beautiful. So sebelumnya belum kita masuk ke materi morpheme sendiri, saya pengen kalian menebak dulu apa sih morpheme di dalam sebuah kata beautiful. Oke, mungkin dari beberapa kalian belum ada yang tahu apa sih morpheme itu, maksudnya dalam morpheme di dalam kata beautiful. Kita masuk dulu ke namanya yang definisinya dulu, dijelasin habis itu penjelasan sepertinya dan baru kita akan tarik balik apa sih morpheme dalam kata beautiful. So, morpheme is the smallest unit of meaning in language. It cannot be divided into small parts that still carry meaning. And morpheme have two types. The one is free morpheme that can stand alone. For example, like rise, happy, and light. And the second is bound morpheme that cannot stand alone and must attach to another word like as, but, cool, nurse, and ion. So from this definition of morpheme, what's the point? The point is about smallest unit of meaning in language. Now let's take a look back for word beautiful. So word beautiful is have two morphemes. The one morpheme is beautiful and full. So these are names morpheme. And when it combines, it's called bond morpheme. And when the full not stand with the beauty, it's called free morpheme. So for today, we are gonna focus to the bond morpheme, especially suffixes derivational. So what is derivational suffixes in bond morpheme? So when we have the word bond morpheme and comes at the end of word, it's called derivational suffixes. For example, like the word beautiful, beauty is the morpheme one. Full is the morpheme 2. When it's combined, it comes bond morpheme. So what is the suffix derivational? The derivational suffix is the full. The full. So how can we check about the derivational suffixes? The point is come at the end of the word. So derivational suffixes can make a word have a new meaning or even change it into another kind of word. For example, like teacher, teach plus earth, and reading, read plus ink. So the point is, when we want to see about the suffix derivational, we just can take a look at the comes at the end of the word. Now, after we know about the bond morpheme, especially derivational suffixes, I have a pre-activity. Now, these is the paragraph that from the necklace story that we can scanning about the derivational suffixes. Now, let's take a look at the paragraph below and try to find some words that have derivational suffixes. So, from this paragraph, we can see the first derivational suffixes, especially bond morpheme, from the word charming. Charming. So what the morpheme is? What the morpheme from the charming? Charm plus ing. It's become charming. And the charming calls name
Bond morpheme.
Bond morpheme, derivational suffixes. And the second is the word expectation. Expectation. From the word expect plus station. So these are the simple way we understand about the derivational suffixes. After we know about odd activity, let's go to the main activity. So main activity is like the pre-activity work we doing in one script about the story the necklace, dan kerjanya itu jadi berkelompok. Caranya sama seperti yang tadi, cuma bedanya di sini kan banyak nih kata-katanya nih dalam satu halaman ini. Jadi ini halaman pertamanya di cerita the necklace itu tadi. Jadi saya cuma ambil satu halaman ini dan seperti perintahnya, try to find as many derivational suffixes as possible in the story. If you find any derivational suffixes, underline them and explain what the base word is and what has been added. For example, like expectation, expect plus ion, instruction, instruct plus ion. So I will give you 15 minutes to find the derivational suffixes. So the derivational suffixes that we must find is that yang berakhirannya ing, es, d, habis itu ion, habis itu is, dan juga nah.
Yes, sir.
So I will give you from 3 to 1. Okay, so let's check your answer based from your group. So I have the key answer for this one page, and I want you to check your answer. Is it correct or not? Is it incorrect?
Correct.
Oke, maksudnya ada yang kelompok kamu semua?
Saya, sir.
Boleh tepuk tangan buat kita semua dulu. So the reflection for this or activity is maybe some of you still doesn't get it. What is morpheme? What is the derivational suffixes? What is the morphemes? But I have one tips for you. How can we understand about the derivational suffixes in the simple way? So the tips is just look at the end of the word. For example, like luxuries, we just see at the end of the word. Okay. So we must know about the base word, and we just have. That's how can we know about derivational suffixes in the simple way. And for today, kalian sudah mempelajari yang namanya apa itu morfem, apa itu bond morfem, khususnya derivational suffixes. Dan sebenarnya dari short story sendiri itu ada 6 lembar. Makanya kita gunakan dari 1 lembar saja kita bisa mendapatkan banyak kata yang bisa terjadi derivational suffixes. Mungkin itu saja bisa saya sampaikan. Kurang lebihnya mohon maaf. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.